Hey there, it's Martin Schroeder here from SwedishEmbedded.com. We have a community for embedded engineers at SwedishEmbedded.com/join. If you're an embedded engineer, you like programming, you like hardware design, then go to SwedishEmbedded.com/join and join our community. So today we're going to be talking about 10 places where you can take your girlfriend or your date or your wife and have a play date. So this is something you should discuss with her. You should basically, watch this video together. And I'm going to cover each place, and I'm going to cover the pros and cons of each place, so that you can decide for yourself. But each one of these is a great place to play together. So let's get started. Number one is the hood of the car, and what you want to make sure is that you don't have any metal objects on your clothing. So you got to make sure that you pull her skirt up far enough so that her belt and anything else that's metal is basically covered with the skirt. So you don't want to have metal objects against the hood of the car because you're going to scratch the paint. It's not good for the car, and it's not good for you either to scratch the paint because it's going to be ugly. So make sure you don't have any metal objects, and it's best for the summer. In the summer, you can go anywhere and you can do it until somebody turns up, which can be quite exciting, or until you get tired, basically. So the hood of the car is pretty interesting. The next on the list is World War II bunker. So if you live in a place where there's World War II bunkers, it can be a very exciting place to play. Now, one of the things about World War II bunkers is that they're typically abandoned bunkers, and you have to be careful not to run into things. So it's good if you go there together ahead of time and you kind of investigate the place just to see, so you don't get any surprises. Because the worst thing you can have in a bunker is to have a surprise. And there can be like glass, there can be metal objects, there can be reinforcement bars sticking out, there can be other things that you want to be aware of. So go there ahead of time and together and investigate the place. Make sure there's no weird shit in there, and then you can create a game around that, and you can create a lot of different games around bunkers. Bunkers are extremely interesting places to go to with your girlfriend and investigate. Now, number 3 is inside of the car, and this one works well for winter. Actually, it works really well for winter. But the biggest problem with that is that you're going to have a lot of moisture in the air, and it doesn't help to open the windows because then it gets cold. And if you turn on the AC, it's going to get too hot, so you won't be able to breathe. So it's kind of like there's going to be so much moisture in the air that the water is going to start coming down the windows, and you better make sure that you have like leather seats, or you have something to put on the seats so you don't ruin the seats. So but otherwise inside of the car is actually a lot of fun, and it's a cool place to investigate. Now, number 4, at a museum. Now, museums are great, especially museums that have environments. So not like an art museum, not a museum that has just open rooms, but a museum that has environments. For example, a mining museum, or technology museum that sort of has an atmosphere, has smells, and an environment that can be interesting, and then you can create games around that, and it can be a lot of fun. For example, if there's in a mining museum, you can go down in the basements and in the catacombs, and you can have a lot of fun there. There's a lot of places there to hide, and you can sort of make sure that you don't get disturbed by other people, and it can be a lot of fun. Now, an alternative to museums is theme parks. Now, when I was a kid, I used to I used to want to like have sex with the ghosts in a ghost house. Now, one thing you will realize is that ghosts in a ghost house don't like to have their nipples pinched. But other than that, if you go there with your girlfriend, you can have a lot of fun there, and you can come up with games you can play in that environment, where you just gotta make sure that nobody sees you, so that you can continue playing until so you don't get thrown out of the theme park. But otherwise, it's a lot of fun. So theme parks are great. Now, number 5 is in the woods. And you got woods everywhere. So in the woods, you can come up with anything, and you can I don't know, have some house in the woods, find some abandoned house in the woods. That can be an interesting place to play games. So just have to be creative. Now, number 6 is the basements. A lot of buildings have basements, and the good thing about basements is that you can have it completely dark there, so you can create games around dark rooms, and it's a safe environment. Also, that's a big plus with basements. It's not an environment where it's not an abundant environment. It's a safe environment without any garbage in there, without any unpleasant surprises. The only thing that can happen is basically that somebody just enters the basement and wants to sort of go to their storage room, in which case you'll be interrupted. But other than that, basements are perfect, and you can turn off the lights and you can turn on the lights whenever, like, if you need to turn on the lights, you can basically do it on demand. You can't do that in a bunker. So a bunker is kind of a little bit more difficult to do that in. Yeah, basements are great, or laundry rooms, great as well. Now in the city with a good view, like you can find places at night where you can go and find some bench or a table, and tourists like this because tourists sometimes don't want to take you to their hotel room, but they still want to hang out with you, so you can like find parks and benches and have a lot of fun. Now at the graveyard, the one thing about graveyards is that the pictures of dead people on the graves, they can look very creepy sometimes because there is water coming down on them and they get like water damage, and they can look extremely creepy. So that can sometimes scare your girlfriend, and she can literally, become like if she gets scared, she is gonna lose the excitement of the situation, and so it's gonna be you're gonna have to like come back another day together, but just be aware of the fact that there can be like creepy pictures of people who are not alive anymore, and don't do it on the graves. Like don't destroy stuff, but just find places where you can do it, and it can be extremely exciting. It's a really peaceful place to go and design a game and play a game, right? In the bushes by the church. For some reason, I don't find like doing it inside the church as exciting as doing it outside, like in the bushes. You just have to be you just have to be creative, I guess. Um, Fuck, this video is so much fun to do. Now the last one is at home. Because at home you can do anything. At home you can create your own game. You can design your own games together and play them. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you to have more excitement in your life with your wife or your girlfriend. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and don't be a wanker. Go and join my community at solutionbetter.com/join. Thank you for watching, and bye.